Good evening, everybody. Lovely to see you all here. So this is lesson 1 in thinking into results. And this one is going to be literally all about goals and how we've set goals before. Just wipe it all out your memory, because sometimes it's just like, oh God, goals. Oh my God, I've got to do this. I've got to do that. And it comes from like being at school, doesn't it? So, and it's just like, I promise you, this is going to be a much better journey than what you've ever had before on goals, and makes it so much more exciting. It also takes you on a very much emotional journey as well. So be prepared if you want to take part in this and you want to do this, that you'd want to listen to this video every single day. It's going to be about half an hour long, maybe longer, who knows. Who knows what's going to come out of my mouth? That's the best thing about this stuff, is that I'm not relying from knowledge up here. I have studied this for this past year, that it's in every single cell of my body, and I live it. So let's get going. So we're just going to talk about goals. And here's the thing. In the absence of clearly defined goals, we become strangely loyal to performing daily trivia until we ultimately become enslaved by it. So if you doubt me on that, then think of, have a look at your phone settings and actually see what your screen time is on your phone. I can believe it. I did without a phone for quite a while. And then I got a phone the next thing, I'm like on 3 hours screen time. What the hell? I didn't even notice it, because it's a minute here, 10 minutes there, 15 minutes here. Cracky, you can run a full-time business in the screen time that you have on your phone. We literally, it becomes like, imagine you're on a football pitch and that you don't have any goals. Like, what are the football players doing? They're just kicking a ball around, going round and round in circles, and if you want to travel west, well, where are you going? Well, west. Or is that west? Never each shredded wheat's that way. So you could just keep going west, 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 and you end up going the whole way around the world, but where are you going? So, even if you are on the football pitch and you haven't actually got a goal and there's no goals there, you don't even become the footballer, you are the football. Think about it. How many times you just kicked around by waiting for somebody else to kick you? And where do you go to? Well, let them kick me somewhere else as well. I'll just wait for everybody else to make decisions. Let me tell you, you are the star of your own story. You are the star of it. You make decisions for you. You have evidence shows us, and it's literally scientifically proven, that you are the center of your own universe. How powerful is that? Center of your own universe. Like, that is just so powerful. And what are you doing about that? Oh, well, I'll just wait for somebody else to make a decision on what I'll do. Oh, well, I'll let them all make decisions and then I'll just fall in line. Yeah, let's end this now. Let's literally change this around. All we are is the result of what we've thought. It's all founded on thought. So if we think, so this wee man down here, if we think that I'm a loser, well, then we tend to sit in our body language as that as well. And if we think, well, what's the point? Don't even like those goals anyway, because they didn't excite me. Like, every year somebody says, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to go to the gym every single day this year, and we get to February and poof, it's too much effort. You weren't inspired to do it. You were doing it because you thought you had to do it, or you've got the other person who thinks that they are someone. Now, here's the thing, is that whatever you think, your body will set out to prove for you. And if you think that's stupid, look at all the thoughts that you've had and look at the life you've got now and look at your results. Let me say that again. Look at the thoughts you've got now, what you've been thinking, and look at your results. Funny enough, they match, don't they? So the thinker and the prover is your body. 98% of what you do is habitual. And if you're not thinking it through, you will just do the same things over and over again. 60,000 thoughts a day. Same thoughts. Same thoughts as last year. Time. Let's make a difference. Let's really make a difference. So goal is something that you're going to do that you've never done before. And here's the thing, people tend to set goals. Oh, well, I'll grow the business by 5%. Oh, well, I'll grow it by 6% next year. Oh, I think we better, because of the economy, I better just make it 5% again. Excuse me. So that's not the way, to set goals. Goals are, there's no inspiration in a plan, is there? There's no inspiration in a plan. I know whenever I heard Bob Proctor saying that he'd never made a business plan in his life before, I was like, boom, in the room. That's me. That's just exactly. I don't want to be making plans. I'm more the action taker. I'm more, did it work? Yeah, let's carry on, do more of it. So it's something that you've never done before. But here's the thing, most of us do the A-type goals So Bob always talks about 3 types of goals, A, B, and C. Okay, so it's I'm just going to hang on a minute. That's me back again. Had a little cough. That's all. Didn't want to cough down the phone with you. So your A type goal is something that you've done before. So you've lost weight before, so you try and lose weight again. Or you've had a new car 4 years ago and you want another new car. That's not a goal. That's just something you can already do. There's no growth in that. That's just like straight along there. Okay, so your B type goal then is, what you think you can do, and this is where you plan it, and you plan it to the nth degree, and you just go dot, 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 dot. Yes, I can do that. Oh, it's a bit of a stretch. Can you even hear that word stretch? It's a stretch goal. It's a stretch target. Oh my God, kill me, shoot me, stab me now. And then let's make them smart, measurable, and everything. So we're literally, everything is ironed out to the nth degree. Like, where's the inspiration in that? You know what you're going to do. We're creating the universe as we go along every single day. So why are we recreating the same stuff again? But it's a stretch. So it now feels like effort and it's hard work. Okay. It takes no more effort to accept prosperity in your life than it does to accept misery and poverty. So why are we putting effort in? We are literally the universe's highest form of creation. We are life force itself. We are literally the power. How can we add power to power? And how can we stretch ourselves? Do you get my meaning? If anybody else has felt like that, you see, that's how I felt about goals all the time. And then whenever I went to work with Bob and found out about this C-type goal, what I want, fantasy, pure fantasy, what I really, really, really want. And then we sort of limit ourselves because we're still trying to think of how to do it. No, no, no. Whenever we were kids, we dreamed and dreamed and dreamed. And then we went to school and it was like, Sheena, stop looking out the window. Sheena, stop talking to your friends. Sheena could do better. All the time. So, imagine just dreaming. And I'd forgotten the art of dreaming. I'd literally forgotten. I used to go to bed and dream all the time. And it didn't matter what it was. I would just dream and dream and dream. And then I lost that art. I lost it. Got caught up with day-to-day stuff. And you end up planning stuff in your dreams rather than been just gone off into fantasy land. So this is the C-type goal, and this is the C-type goal that we're going to use the whole way through this work. Now, you may get to lesson 6 and go, oh my God, my goal isn't right. Go back here again. Come right back to here and get this lesson right. Just listen to the power behind Bob's words. It's not necessarily Bob's words. It's the power behind them. It's the power in you. It's stimulating you into thought. It's literally stimulating you into awareness. So just keep listening to it until you figure out what it is that you really, really want. I mean, really want. I mean, something until you have a big smile on your face and going, wow, if I got that, oh yeah, that life would be awesome. Because here's the thing, it's got nothing to do with the goal, okay? The reason we set goals is to help us grow and to help us find the feelings, yeah? So if I said to you, something amazing is going to happen to you today. I don't know what, but it's going to be amazing. You'll feel like a bit of excitement and everything. So sometimes we need the external to raise to understand what it is the feeling we're looking for. Okay, so it's about not being attached to the outcome and actually just understanding what was that feeling? What did I feel in here? What was it? That's the feeling we want to hang on to because that's what we do everything for. We get in your car, we love the feeling, boom, it's gone. We go on holiday, boom, it's gone. We're growing. We are desperate to grow. But sometimes, you're either growing or you're dying. There isn't like, you can't just like cruise because cruising means you have to go downhill. And even if you did manage to stand still, well, the world's just turned around another 360 degrees, so you got left behind. Okay, the world moved forward and you didn't. So here's the things, you're either growing or dying. And this is all about growth. And this is just to stimulate that. And the only way you're going to grow is by feeling uncomfortable. Nothing that was ever worth achieving was done while anybody was comfortable. This is the journey. Get uncomfortable. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Then your life will be so much easier, trust me. But it's the feeling, and this is the law of vibration, okay? Because, and we're going to talk about more about that now. Imagination is the most marvelous, miraculous, inconceivably powerful force that the world has ever known. So, Einstein said that imagination was more powerful than knowledge, but we're still told all the time, aren't we? Study, study, study. I mean, people with exams, people with qualifications, it's wonderful. They were really good at passing a test, really good at doing an assignment, really good at doing a practical exercise way back when. What are they good at now? We used to get jobs based on qualifications because that meant you're obviously really, really good at it. And it's not now, is it? It's what can you bring? Who are you? Who are you right here, right now, regardless of qualifications? Use your imagination. It's a mental muscle. It's literally, the right side of our brain. Let it go. And if you've been logic, because that's what we're trained in, let your imagination. And if you go, well, I haven't got an imagination. Well, if say your boyfriend didn't come home, your husband didn't come home, your children didn't come home, you have a cracking imagination then, don't you? You're literally a way off on it. And then if I said to you, imagine, can you see an elephant? Okay, great. Well, now, can you see an elephant then? And you put a giraffe's neck on the elephant. Giraffe's neck and head. I mean, it's a bit weird, but you can see it, can't you? I know you can. And then we could stick a lion's head on top of the giraffe's head. That's a pretty strange animal. Let's hope that doesn't come into the world. You never know. You just never know. It might take a while to evolve that. But here's the thing, you've got an imagination. So if people say to me, I haven't got an imagination, I just go, well, then maybe that's not your goal. If you can't see it. And another way to actually get it is to start writing, and just keep writing, because you don't describe what you see what you describe. So you can start writing, just keep writing until you start to see something. Yeah. And then that will stimulate more writing, and then you'll see more. And sometimes by writing out, that's the only way that we can start to stimulate our imagination. How powerful is that? So there's 3 areas that we go for, and we look from fantasy to theory to fact. The fantasy, it really has to be out there. You do not want to know at all how to get there. Not at all. Not even an inkling, because it's not a fantasy then. And you have to ask yourself 2 questions. Am I willing? And am I able? So you are able. I know you are. End of story. Forget that one. You can argue that one all the day, but you are able. But here's the question. Are you willing? Now, when I say, are you willing to take your fantasy to the theory? Because it's a hell of an emotional journey. And you end up with a chemical imbalance between your head and your body, between your old, we talk more about paradigms in lesson 3, but it's literally about the old conditioning that comes through. It's going to fight you every single step of the way. You have got people going to come in here and the people who give you the doubt out here are just mirroring your own doubt. So don't blame them. It's all the doubt that's inside yourself, okay? So you've got to be willing to do whatever it takes. And when it says about sacrificing, it means sacrificing low-level thinking for higher level results. Okay, but we want to hang on to our limitations. We argue for our limitations. Okay, so what will happen is the universe will bring that fantasy and give you ideas, and you've got to act on them, okay? Let me tell you how I brought my fantasy to a theory, and I'm now working at making it into a fact. Was that, I wanted, when I did the program as a client, thinking into results as a client, then I literally saw this house, and we went viewing all these million pound houses, and it was just like, I have no idea how to earn 2 million. I have no idea how to earn 1 million. At this moment in time, I've only had 6 figures. I've never earned 6 figures. I don't even know how to earn 6 figures. And so it was literally, but I love these houses, and there was one in particular, and that's the house that's in my heart. And, it's still there, but it's just like, this or equivalent, or this or better. That's what I've got going on in my head. And so I knew that this price was like 1.8 million. So then what happened one time was just, when I was having my mentoring call, and it was literally because I decided, once I'd literally manifested the money, to become a consultant with Bob. And it was just like, wow, that's it. I did the program, manifested the money, became a consultant. I mean, I made the decision like that. It just wasn't even, as soon as I had it, I was on the phone trying to get through to somebody, and, I couldn't even sleep. And, I was trying to find more money that I needed at the time. And 5 o'clock in the morning, I was on the phone and I was making decisions. And that was like inspiration. And then, that month, so I still had this house in my head, and 1.8 million. And the mentoring call went something like, well, if you do this, this, and this, then, you can earn 1.8 million. And I went, he didn't even know. He did not know that that was my goal. So immediately I'd been given my fantasy, went to a theory within a month of me having the fantasy and going to see the house that I wanted to be in. Now it's up to me to make that theory into a fact. And so that's what I worked on, and that's what I am working on. So I'm literally halfway through that now. So that's how the universe just gives me. But if I just sat there and gone, well, I don't know how to make it, I just do what I know. Well, I mean, the Wright brothers, imagine the laughs that they had with their planes. Everybody, saying, well, don't be silly, you can't fly. Like, where would we be today? What about our phones? Somebody saying, like, oh, I'm going to talk at the other side of the world from a mini computer. Like, it must have sounded so daft then. So why do we keep regurgitating stuff? The people who've got opinions, the people who don't fail, the people who haven't tried anything. Edison failed 10,000 times, or sorry, was it 9,999 times before he figured out how to make a light bulb. Imagine if he hadn't kept going. Imagine if it had gone like 9,000 times, gone, oh, well, this isn't working. Like, where the hell would we be today? Do you get it? So it doesn't matter. If somebody wants to snigger at you, first they'll laugh, then they'll criticize, or the other way around, or they'll do the both things at the same time. But then if you keep going and you start to get results, they'll go, oh, what are you doing? What's happening there? Yeah, you've got to keep going. You've got to be willing to shut the noise out. And we teach you that through this program, and we hold your hand through this program, and we take you there. But you're the one who does the work. Your results, your success is nothing to do with me. Okay, it's everything to do with you. But here's the thing, your failure's got nothing to do with me either. People say that, successful, we're all self-made, but only the successful will actually admit it. Because if you're not getting the results you want, you don't really want to know that, oh my God, I'm self-made. Yeah, we sort of have to blame other people. But when we're successful, oh, it's all us. It's all us. Did I tell you? It's all us anyway, successes and failures, whether you like it or not. You can argue with till the cows come home. Why did I say that? That's a really weird saying anyway, but there you go. So understand there's a difference between wishing for a thing and being ready to receive it. No one is ready for a thing until they believe they can acquire it. The state of mind must be belief and not mere hope or wish. You need to be open-minded for your belief. Closed minds will not inspire faith, courage, and belief. So there's that quote again. Remember, no more effort is required to aim high in life, to demand abundance and prosperity, than is required to accept misery and poverty. You've got to be ready to believe, to be able to believe. But if you still keep hoping and wishing and going, oh, it would be nice, it would be nice. No, you've got to know, I've asked, I believe, it's mine. I can't see it yet. Absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. There's so much going on between you and me right now. Like just the phone, say we turned the radio on, but I didn't have to go and get the band and play, did I? It's all here. I don't have to go and get it. Put the telly on. I don't have to go and get all the actors and get them to put them behind the screen. It's all here. You can't see it. Well, that's how your dreams are. They're manifesting, but you've got to believe that. And that's what this work gets you. This is what thinking into results gives you, that belief. You do this work, you do it properly, you do what Bob tells you, you will gain the belief. So you may not have that belief now. You may think it in your head, but here's the thing, it's not your 2% we're working on here, it's your 98% in your body that's driving the results. That's what we're working on. So we think on frequencies. So here's the thing. Here, let's go back to the radio. So I tune it in, I'm on Rock FM, and I want to go to Classic FM. I've got to tune it in, don't I? It's on a different frequency. I can't hit the flipping radio and knock it to pieces and going, well, why aren't you playing Classic FM? You didn't tune it in. It's like if you want to get hold of me on my phone, you've got to get my right number. You've got to be on my frequency. You're one number out, boom, we don't get it. Okay? So you've got to be on your frequency of your goal. Everything is vibrating, everything, whether you believe it or not, it doesn't really matter. It's one of the laws of the universe. And, all our cells in our body are literally vibrating. We're literally an electrical switching station. And so, we think we're solid, but we're literally molecules of vibrating energy. And, you know, our heart is the biggest magnet that we've got, not our brain. It's our heart. It's 5,000 times more magnetic than our brain. How amazing is that? And we tend to do all the thinking up here with our 2%, and yet it's our heart that's attracting everything. 5,000 times. Yeah, a magnet. It's pulling things towards us. So people who think poor thoughts and feel poor, well, guess what? They have no trouble in attracting more poverty, do they? People who feel wealth, feel wealthy, feel prosperous, they have no trouble in, you know, they're the lucky people, we call them. No, it's what's going on in here. And this is why you see where you think that the discrepancy in the results is because we try to copy somebody's actions. But here's the thing with an attitude, you can have a positive mental attitude, but you can be coming from lack and fear. But that person who's got the positive mental attitude and, you know, is coming from wealth, oh, way different outcomes, way different. But on the surface, why are they not getting the results? Do more, do more, do more. We'll tell you it's not going to work. Just not going to work. And I can talk from experience on that. It's not going to work. Okay, so we think on frequencies. So a frequency is a level of vibration. There's an infinite number of frequencies. Infinite number of frequencies. We have absolutely, well, if we kept going looking for more frequencies, we'd just find more frequencies. That's quantum physics for you. That's quantum law. You keep going looking for stuff, you keep finding it anyway. It's just going to be there. Like we haven't even got to the smallest atom yet, have we? Because every time we go looking for something smaller, we're going to find it because we're looking for it. I mean, that is quantum physics. If you go looking for it, you'll find it. So if you go, you know, looking for a penny on the floor, you'll find a penny on the floor. You go looking for a white Mercedes, you'll see a white Mercedes. Okay, that's the laws of the universe. So we need to be on the frequency of what we're looking for. And, you know, here's the thing is that every frequency is connected to the one above and the one below. So if you think of like water, for example, so say we have a block of ice and then we heat it up and it becomes water, then we heat it up again and it becomes steam. We don't think that they're three different things, do they? But when we don't see the lines of demarcation between any of them, they just roll into one another. Well, that's the way our ideas come. Our ideas literally come from nothing. We can't see them. And then it's us that moves as we move through. And we'll get into more detail about this as we go through the lessons. But for now, just understand, take my word for it, and take Bob's word for it, that everything is connected. Yeah? So we'll have an idea. We'll write it down. And then we bring it into our physical world. That's how everything is created. Van Gogh said, it's like, I dream my painting, then I paint my dream. And that's what you're doing with your life. Everything started in somebody's head. Everything started in imagination. Then they got ideas, more ideas, more ideas. They put it all together. And then they started to make it happen. Okay, so say you've got, you know, this X here. This is where you are currently. And this is the goal that you want to have up here. So these are your thoughts. But what we try to do, and I said this before with your A-type and B-type goals, is that you cannot connect the dots going forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in the future. Okay, but what do we try and do? We try to connect the dots going forward. But here's the thing. This is the way it's going to look. We look back and we go, oh my goodness. If you look back in your life, you'll be able to go, my goodness, look at all the things that happened that got me here. Or just even one story about, you know, a client. And it's just because this story is so obvious as to what happened, and things become more obvious as you become more aware. Is that I went to an event and I went thinking, well, you know, I wonder who I'm going to serve today. I didn't actually think about me, what I was going to get out of it. And I just thought, I'll go along with my friend. I sat down, and then at lunchtime, I saw girls sitting on a row, and I went over and I said, you know, we sat down, and then she said, oh, you're on your own. Well, why don't you come and join us? Are you at the event? I didn't even know she was at the event. So then her story, her version of the story was when she came in, she didn't know where to sit, and she was pointed to sit beside me. There was one chair beside me. She was pointed to sit beside me, and she said, just overwhelming feeling to actually speak with me. And then, so obviously then I ended up speaking to her. So that was really funny. And now she, you know, she became a client. And here's the thing, that weekend I was due to be somewhere else, but I couldn't go. And I was like, well, I wonder why I couldn't go. There must be some good in this. There must be a reason. And so that's okay. I'll accept the reason. Even though I really wanted to be somewhere else, I thought, no, I accept the reason. I know I'm here for some other reason. And I look back and I was able to connect the dots. I just love it. I just absolutely love it. But then you see, you set another goal and you can't see again. And this is where we keep freaking out on ourselves because we go, oh my goodness, we can't help ourselves because we're growing. It's not like, you're told you should be satisfied with where you are and not keep wanting more. And of course, you should be satisfied with where you are, but you should want more because your spirit is crying out for more. We're here for expansion. We're here for growth. The universe is growing all the time, and we're part of that universe. We're expanding with the universe, so we can't help ourselves. We're always going to want more. But there's a difference between the ego wanting more and that self-growth, because what I'm talking about here is self-growth. Ego is a whole different matter, and we pick up on ego whenever we do our self-image lesson. So you can spot ego a mile off whenever somebody's operating from ego, in their text messages, in how they speak, in how they perform. I can see it all over them. And I know when somebody's being authentic and coming from their heart, not from their head. So we have our little thoughts along here, and we get our results along here. But our goal's up here. I've just made you, I've just like completely upset the balance in your body by asking you to think up there, up there, up there. Yeah. So here's the thing, to get there, you've got to make a decision. But what happens? We make the decision. Yeah, I'm going there. Definitely. I'm going there. But we don't take action. And we sort of think something's going to happen, or we get scared, or we procrastinate, or we ask somebody else's opinion. And then before you know it, we're actually making the decision from down here, from the ground floor. But we can't see anything from down there. We've got to raise our vibration. I'll explain visually in a minute, why we need to do that. But we need to make a decision. It's like being on the ground floor. I'll talk about that one in a minute. But we cannot, this is where the problems are. This is where we are now. This is our current thinking. But we made a decision to be up here. We cannot think from down here. So the call I had today with a client who wanted to, he'd earned 100 grand in a year, and the conversation went to 100 grand a month. So, but when it came to the cost of the program, she kept thinking from the 100 grand a year person. And I went, well, what do you think the $1 million person would say? Because so that brought her back up to the goal again. Yeah. And she says, well, that's not a lot of money. Do you see the difference? So the other person, when you're down here, you're looking up to the goal. Okay, that seems like so much hard work and you have no clue. Remember this slide before where there was just like that space? We have no clue how to get there. So we have to bring our bodies and bring our thoughts and bring our feelings back up there again. So how would $1 million earner think about the cost of the program? Piece of cake. Got to make it look small. Make $1 million look small. In fact, Peggy McCall actually has a book like that. So yeah, make $1 million look small. Just hold on a minute. Right, and I'm back again. So don't make your decisions from the ground floor. Like that's where you are at the minute. That's where all your results have come from. Of course, you can't see your goal. Listen, it's fear or faith. You believe in one thing, both of them mean, belief in something unseen. So why do we choose fear all the time? Habit. Pure habit. Yeah? So this is faith. It's the same thing, same process you're doing, but you're actually thinking from higher up this time rather than from the ground floor. And this is what the paradigm shift is. Okay? So this is what we're working on. This is what the next 12 weeks are all about. This shifting this paradigm, to be able to think from up there. Because if you can think from up there, you will start to attract from up there. This is the work that we're going to do. And this requires a committed decision on your point. A committed decision means you shut the door and you throw away the key. You cannot go back. And here's the thing, because if you keep peeking through the door and you leave the door open, you can run back at any time. And guess what you do? Because it's there. Okay? So shut the door, lock it, you're going forward. Only then can you see. I've seen so many people who just literally wanted to do this program. They made the decision and everybody else thought they were mental. They've left their job. 3 days later, they've got a new job, twice the salary, half the hours. Like, she would never have seen that had she not made the decision. She made a committed decision. And that's what you have to do. You've got the decision making article that belongs to this lesson. Read it. Read it and truly understand. Committed decision is one that you lock the door and you literally throw away the key. There is no going back. That's why this program is priced the way it's priced, because you want to make this work. If people got this program for free, they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't stay the course. You need to make this work, and you're going to make it work. And that's the committed decision that you made to be here right now. And people say, I love this. What if I fall? But what if you fly? So what? You're going to fall. You didn't say to the child whenever they were like, that they're walking, trying to walk, and then they fall. Don't be so stupid. Look at you falling. Yeah, you went, get back up again, get back up again, get back up again. Why do we forget that? Why do we forget that? And then whenever they're older, we protect them, don't we? We protect kids and we go, oh no, don't do that, you'll hurt yourself. Don't do that, you'll hurt yourself. I see it all the time. And I just go, oh, let them hurt themselves. Here's the thing, I was that parent as well. I was the fixer. I thought I was letting them think for themselves, but then whenever things got too much, I would step in rather than letting them. I thought that I had to be the fixer. And so now, when my kids are like 20 and 26, and it's just like, I've got to, let them hit the deck, because that's the only way that anybody knows, is because they fall, they get back up, they fall, they get back up, they fall, they get back up. Only they can help themselves. We keep stepping in to fix things. We're actually disrespecting them. So here's the thing, as you're going through your journey, and this is your journey, you go through all these little steps and you go, boom, absolutely boom. I just love it whenever I see clients, getting results. I mean, that's just what I do this stuff for, and just go, I'm so privileged to be part of your journey. But as soon as you get there, know fine rightly that you're going to set another goal and you're going to go through it again. It's like the hero's journey. But here's the thing, it's going to get easier. The paradigms are still going to be there. They're still going to be knocking on the door, but you're going to know how to deal with them. And you go, I've been through this before. I know what to do now. And it starts to get easier and your recovery gets better. So, maybe you get upset for a week, or maybe, but then it's like 3 days, and then it's a day, and then it's like half an hour, or you catch a thought in 5 minutes and you go, no, that's how quick that, but it's all a journey. So I said to you before about why we needed to raise our vibrations. So let me give you a visual example. So this is a building in the UK. It's in London. It's the Shard. It's the tallest building in the UK. So imagine if we were literally on the ground floor, yeah? And we can see literally loads and loads and loads of people. And that's all we can see. We can't see anything else. But look what the view is from the top. Look at the view from the top. Look how peaceful she is up there. Look at all the people down on the bottom running around. Yeah? That's busy, busy, busy. That's like where we created our original thoughts, was down here. But we need to rise to where our goal is so we can see everything and we can make judgments. And, when you look down at problems, you sort of go, wow, why was I thinking that? But when you keep yourself down here with your current level of thinking, all you see is people, look at that, look at them. They're all busy. You can see them. They're all blurred. They're all busy, 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 running around, asking other people's opinion. What the hell? Everybody's following somebody else. And then it's just like, you're not following the leader, you're following the follower. So get yourself up here. Get yourself up here to where your goal is. Think of the tallest building that you've ever been in. Think of the view. Stand up there and think of the view. That's where your goal is. That's where you want to be. That's peaceful up there, isn't it? One of the laws that we're going to deal with is, the law of polarity. And when you're on the ground floor, you have to go to the front to see the front. You have to go to the back to be at the back. You have to go to the right to see the right. You have to go to the left. And it's a bit of a journey. And if you go too much to the right, well, it's an even longer journey to the left again, but you're going to go one way or the other. And when you're at the top, there's no polarity up there. No polarity. You're not getting kicked around like football because you know where you're going and you know who you are. And that's what the magical of thinking into results is. Just even as you rise in the journey, so say like this is the 10th floor of the Shard, you can see a little bit more. Not everything, but you got to rise off the floor. You got to rise off the floor. And that's the secret in keeping that vibration the whole way through the day. So hold the image of the person that you want to be. So, I've asked you to do some image work. and to look at Peggy McCall's, life script, Power Life script, and the 7-day miracle. Um, do all that work. Who is that person? And this is the start of your journey, because we do this more in lesson 6, because you'll start to understand more about yourself, and you'll be refining your self-image. Change your self-image every day if you want. Add extra things in. Write it out every day. Write a new version of yourself every day. But you have to see the person that has that goal, because there is no future. You've only got a series of nows that will get you to the future. See, the thing is, people are looking for a happy life, but they don't make the happy life now. And the only way to get a happy life is to be happy now. And so it's a series of happiness the whole way along, which will get you the happy life. Okay? But don't focus on the external world. Focus on what's going on in here. And this is the trick, and this is the work. And especially when we get to lesson 5, which is all about the, calming down the senses and working with our intellectual faculties, you will start to understand how we can start to control everything that's going on inside. So it's really the art of goal achieving. And I'm just sharing with you, what I do in the mornings, and I draw my goal out. I write it down, but I draw it, I have a bit of fun. I go off into little la la land, and I draw my goal out. And, that's the picture. I just thought I'd share it. The reason why the 11-11's there is because when I set this up for a presentation and I took a picture, and then I screenshotted it, I realized that I'd actually taken the picture of this at 11-11. So if you don't know the significance of 11-11, go and look it up yourself. So that's it for now. That's what I'm going to, finish on. There's so much more. Normally I put even more stuff in, but I'm going to be a bit more gentle on you for now. And enjoy your goal. Please do it all, just like on my profile it says, just for the pure joy of it. Do this all for the pure joy of it. Please don't be serious, because if you're serious, you're restricting yourself. When you're having fun, you're having fun. And this is all about having fun, and I want you to have fun. So, okay, I hope you have a good day, and I will catch you again for the next lesson, which will be lesson 2, which will all be about the knowing doing gap. Yeah, you've all got a knowing doing gap. You know it. Speak to you soon.